Enemy vehicle sighted.
Ahead.
Enemy vehicles ahead.
Enemy alert. Enemy troops ahead.
Move now.
So we've got some non-shooting targets over here.
Spotted. Good shot.
Enemy vehicle sighted.
As you can see, when you hit enemy vehicles, you get some hit text popping up.
Enemy unit.
So your units in combat mission automatically engage enemy units. You don't have to tell them to shoot. They'll also automatically pick their own targets, and they're actually pretty intelligent about it. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of these targets being shot at. So, yeah, your units will automatically select enemy units to target and select the most appropriate weaponry. You're not really expected to be micromanaging how they're attacking enemy units. So we're going to go ahead and just let another turn play out of them attacking. When any unit gets hit, I'm going to pause the action for a moment. When any enemy unit gets hit, friendly or enemy, or if you see it happen and they get incapacitated, either dead or wounded, you'll get a red cross thing will pop up above them and they'll fall to the ground. With vehicles, you'll see it through hit text. It'll show a destroyed thing or something like that. Or a penetration if it's penetrated. It's also worth noting with walls, you just have to give them a movement waypoint up to the wall, and they will automatically align themselves with it. In general, if you move your guys up to linear terrain or any sort of terrain feature, they'll automatically align themselves to take advantage of the terrain feature.
Enemy troops.
So far, they've been engaging all these enemy units and causing destruction and stuff, and I have not given them any input. They're doing this completely on their own. And this is how most of the time the combat goes, is you don't actually have to give them any input. But if you want to micromanage them, or you have to dictate a really important target that needs to be destroyed, what you do is you go to the command panel, you go to the combat panel, which is hotkey F6 or the C, and then we got a variety of commands here. We're only going to go over a couple of them. Some more we'll go over later. So if you want to tell a unit what to shoot at, you can use target, the upper left command right here. You hit that, and then we get a line connecting it. You'll see this line connects it, for the unit to where we're aiming at. If it is a gray line, it means that some of the units can see it, and some of them can't. The reason that in this case that is you see this guy's laying down. He can't see past the wall. So yes, the game tracks line of sight from every single soldier, literally from his eyeballs. It tracks right there. It's not very abstracted in that case. So everyone in the squad can see the ground out there except for this guy. If, for example, we selected this unit where everyone's crouching and we can actually see the ground, you notice that it's blue. That means that everyone can see the target. And then if we put it, say, behind this building, you'll notice that the line turns dark blue and pink, or magenta, or whatever that is. This means that the line of sight is blocked. You'll notice that there's a little text there. It says line of sight, no line of sight. And where it turns from blue to pink is where the line of sight is blocked, which is pretty obviously the building. The building's blocking the line of sight. So, if we want to give a target order at a unit, you can either click on the floating icon or on the vehicle itself. So we're going to go ahead and give these guys orders to attack the vehicles. And then we're going to demonstrate some area fire. So you can tell them to attack either a vehicle, in which case it'll say something like enemy target below the cursor. It'll also give you some basic information like the range to the target. However, if we put it on something that's not an enemy target, like just the ground or a building, it'll say area fire or area target. And this means that the unit will do area fire. It's just going to fire in the general location. They're not going to try and destroy any one thing in particular. They're going to spread their fire around the general area. And it's worth noting that if an enemy unit pops up near the area target, they will switch, and they will begin engaging the enemy target instead. They're smart like that. Alright, so when you actually designate the target, you'll notice that we get a thick red line, pulsing red line connecting it. This tells you that this unit has an actual given target order to attack that. You see that if I select the others as well. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and let this play out. So, now these guys are all engaging this vehicle.
Contact. Enemy
Also,
infantry.
if you give infantry a direct target order on vehicles, they're more likely to use their anti-tank rockets like this guy is here. So he's going to engage the vehicle with the best weapon he has, which is that rocket. So, now the vehicle is pretty much destroyed. Some of these guys are actually going to start changing targets, as you might have noticed. Okay, we're going to skip the rest of this turn.
Spotted.
Now, if you want to stop a unit from firing on a specific unit, let's see, has anyone done it? Yep, here we go. So these guys are still area firing. Let's say we don't want them to area fire anymore. Down below target, you hit clear target.
Ceasefire.
Now, this doesn't mean that they're going to stop shooting at targets altogether. It just means that now they get to fire at will. They're going to fire on whatever they want now instead of just following the target command you gave. Okay, so we're done with the infantry for now. We're going to move on to some vehicles that arrived. Alright, all the way back here at range control, we got some tanks